Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video, and today we're looking at one of the new assault weapons from the Turning Tides DLC, the M1917 Trench Carbine. I'll be giving you the key stats, my tips and tricks, and overall review of the weapon before letting you know in basic terms if it's actually any good. Now if you end up finding this video helpful or enjoyable, then it would be great if you could hit the like button for me. With that being said, let's get into this. So the M1917 Trench Carbine is a unique weapon for the assault class. It's a semi-automatic carbine, and it really doesn't fall in line with what we've come to expect of an assault weapon in Battlefield 1. So it's nice that the DLC gives us some new playstyles to utilize from time to time. This does obviously make it a little tricky to compare and contrast a weapon to its competitors in the same class as it performs so differently. But I've used Simthic.com to analyze the weapon. They do a fantastic job of taking the in-game numbers and displaying them sometimes more accurately than the game itself even does sometimes. And what I can tell you is that it has extremely good recoil and spread stats. The weapon definitely feels like it could be relied upon to shoot where you're aiming. It also has a muzzle velocity of 460, which is pretty fast for the assault class, and means that again you can hit targets at a variety of ranges very reliably. Throw on top of that it has 41 rounds available per reload, and it's looking pretty good, right? Plus a max damage of 28 means you can kill people up close in 3 or 4 shots. But this really is an example of how you can use stats to make a weapon sound good when it perhaps isn't quite as impressive as you may think. Yes, you can drop people very quickly in the right situation, but a fast trigger finger is a must. If you don't have one, then you may as well leave this weapon alone unless you just want to try to have fun with it rather than do particularly well. It has a maximum rate of fire of 359 rounds per minute. Yes, that's 359 according to Simthic, not the 360 displayed in game, although not really making much of a difference I guess. But the MP18 fires at 550, the Hellriegel at 650, and the Automatico at 900. Those weapons fire that much faster in automatic fire mode than the M1917 does at the maximum anyone can manage in semi-auto fire mode, and they only do 5 less max damage, 23 rather than the Trench Carbine's 28. For me, it's just not worth it. For the Trench Carbine to be a better choice, you're relying on a perfect world scenario. Well, life isn't perfect, and more often than not, those other weapons are going to be a far better choice at close range. This would lead you to believe that the Trench Carbine should excel at longer ranges then, right? Well no, its damage drops off to a minimum of 15, the same as the Ribé Rolez, which also has a far higher rate of fire at 550. The Ribé Rolez even maintains higher damage numbers over a longer distance than the Trench Carbine does. When things are weighted this heavily against a weapon, great recoil and spread kind of become a bit of a non-factor for me. It's a fun gun for sure. Not every weapon needs to be the new best thing as such. It needs to fill a gap in the game and give us new ways to play. If everything in the DLC was fantastic, it would just become pay to win. But it would be nice if they were at least somewhat competitive. Against good opposition, it really did feel like a big disadvantage to be using this weapon. It may be different on PC because of the point and click nature, but on console, which is what I play on, the Trench Carbine just doesn't stack up well against an able player. It just feels weak. I'll show you some examples here. These clips are from a high ping lobby, which is going to happen sometimes, and against some good players. And there were occasions when I just felt like the enemy was never actually going to drop. It was extremely aggravating. I don't remember the Trench Carbine feeling this weak in the CTE, so I'm not sure if that's down to a difference in the weapon itself or in the damage model of the CTE compared to the full game. But I really feel like the Trench Carbine needs a buff to its damage at mid to long range, unless the new damage patch that's going to come into place sometime soon, hopefully, changes things around a bit. If not, then the Trench Carbine is just going to be ignored by the community, I reckon. That's not to say you can't do well with it. You really can, and some players will enjoy using it. I enjoyed using it for the majority of my time collecting footage, but after a while, it definitely started to feel like a drag, and I got the distinct feeling I was having to work far harder for my kills than those people around me. So this is going to be one of the few reviews I've made where I end up saying that no, I don't think the M1917 Trench Carbine is objectively good, which is a shame because it's unique for the assault class and provides a different way of playing the game. I enjoyed using it in my early look from the CTE as well, but now it's been fully released, it feels underpowered. You could easily pick up the same kills at close range with a different weapon, whilst also having much more success at mid to long range. At least this is on console. Please tell me if it's different on PC. And this is all just my opinion, so overall, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. There's also a link towards the bottom of the description to support the channel for $4.99 a month if you like what I do around here. Your direct financial support can make a huge difference to me while the channel is so small. But obviously, if not, it's no problem. And feel free to like, favorite, and subscribe. I'm Get Good Guy, and I'll see you next time. Laters.